Hey guys, Dr. Morse, injury expert. So Ricky Pearsall was supposed to be this elite wide receiver drafted in the first round. Unfortunately, ended up getting shot in a robbery attempt last year that basically derailed his rookie season. Then he started off pretty good and unfortunately suffered a knee injury in week, I think it was 2 or 3, that he ended up re-injuring in week 4. And he's been out ever since. Now, what is he dealing with and why is he not on the field yet? So the knee is structured as such, but if you were to land on a bent knee like this, in a capacity like that, you would sprain what we call the PCL. Now the PCL is a thick ligament that crisscrosses with the ACL. So its goal is to prevent the knee from collapsing backwards. So when someone has a PCL sprain, they constantly go like that. Their knee gives out that way, backwards. And when you're trying to run a route, you can't do it. If you were to describe this to someone, I would say, think of yourself sitting on a bar stool. And a moderate PCL would be 2 or maybe 3 of those legs being really loose. So what happens is there's a ton of instability. So when you're trying to run a route, that knee doesn't cooperate. It doesn't care because it's not tight, because that ligament is super stretched. It's almost like an elastic band that has way too much play. So basically what you have to do is you have to tighten that up. Now, what other players dealt with this and are currently dealing with this? Well, this is what Lamar Jackson had several years ago that ended his season. This is what happened to Puka Nacua last year. He re-injured it and missed 6 weeks. It's not familiar. This is what happened and ended Christian McCaffrey's season last year. This is also what Brock Bowers is currently dealing with, and this is also what Jaden Daniels dealt with about a month ago. So this is not super rare. These are actually, unfortunately, quite common and very frustrating. Not as bad as an ACL, but still very frustrating. He has not practiced as of Wednesday. I haven't seen a practice report as of today because it's Thursday and I'm on East Coast and they're on West Coast. But I don't expect him to play this week. Usually these take a good month after a re-injury, and that's likely what happened. So best case scenario, he could come back in week 9, but you need to see him practicing before he can do that. We're going to see Brock Bowers return after the bye next week. That is realistically what we'll probably deal with Ricky Pearsall. So I think week 9 is realistic. I would hold on to him. I would not really worry about the long-term issues, but short-term, he's got to get back on the field and he's got to prove that he's healthy. So initial thoughts on update for Ricky Pearsall.